Hello, this is Bright Spark, and welcome to part 11 of Rift of Shadows. For now, we've finished what I've deemed the first act of this series. The next 2 weeks, we'll be focusing on certain characters in their journeys and the stories in between the main events that happened. Last week, we focused on Twig. This week, we'll be focusing on Violet's perspective of events that happened to her. Let's get right into it. Violet blankly stared at a den wall. She barely ever moved, only laying in her temporary nest. Ringing voices sometimes yelled in her ears, but they got quieter as time moved on. She paid more attention to them and soon realized they were figures of cats, usually looking scared and fearful, but never yelling at her like when she wouldn't dwell on that memory. But after a while, they let her be, except whenever she thought about her sister. That's when the flashes of chaos returned. She was still thinking deeply when Darktail stepped into the den quietly. Violet? He started. She looked at him with blank eyes. He paused, and looked as if he had decided against saying what he came in for. Seeing her state, he stepped closer and wrapped her in his tail. You've got to stop feeling bad for yourself. Make yourself useful. Prove your worthiness to the kin, he said. Violet recalled how every cat she'd seen had glared at her. She did destroy their home and caused her mother and No, not sister. Just Twig. To escape out of the kin's reach. She moved to look up at Darktail. But how? I'm not skilled enough. He shrugged. I can teach you how to fight. You can join me in rebuilding this new camp, and, he paused, a smile crookedly spreading across his face, I can be your mentor. Violet couldn't decide if this was a good idea or not, but he did take her in. He was safe when Twig wasn't. Why shouldn't she take his offer? A few months passed, and Violet was healthier, though she rarely ate, or paid attention to anything she needed. She still heard voices, but now she almost seemed to command them. She could send them away sometimes, to her amazement, except one. The one with blank eyes and antlers. The cat that never spoke. So, she never bothered Violet anyways. The new camp they moved into after the fire was thriving, and it was easier since the kin took a hold of the sisters' camp. That was this place. They found it abandoned after the fire and decided to settle here, and Darktail taught her pretty much everything. She never talked to anyone else but him. He was almost like a father she never got to have. She was determined to make him proud. Her hunting and sneaking skills were already amazing, but with his help she was able to sneak up on anyone, including him. And fighting wise, of which she was never good at, Pebbleshine made that clear, was actually growing. One time Darktail and Violet were practicing by the place Earth discovered when she touched the sky rock, which she named that falling rock that was in the sky. It was her favorite place to hang out. It was familiar, and she liked the rock and its oddness. She was doing quite bad, to be honest. Then Darktail stopped her. You aren't fighting like you mean it. You have to focus on every strike and how it can harm your opponent. Violet took this information and practiced more, but she was still not good at it. It didn't really click. Then Darktail took her side again. You have to fight like you are ready to kill them. That's the only way your strength can be shown. Each cat you fight is waiting for a death wish. Focus on that final blow. Violet thought about his words. She unsheathed her claws, making Darktail smile. Perfect, he muttered, and she practiced more. That was when she started to become a lethal force. She soon picked up missions for Darktail, seeing her skill set was much needed for capturing cats. The kin would find SkyClan cats and either chase them so far away they never come back, or severely wound them to a point that they would pretty much be left for dead. This only happened twice, though, and Violet was the cause of both deaths. She would have felt conflicted about this, but that's what Pebbleshine would have wanted. According to Darktail, though, she was a liar. Not to be trusted. Just like Twig. The important thing was that she proved herself. She was loyal to Darktail only. He was her mentor. He provided her shelter. The only time she'd ever fumbled was when the brothers showed up. On a mission to end a group of SkyClan cats, she'd stumbled upon a familiar yellow cat. Earth? He was surrounded by 2 older cats who all looked vaguely like cats she'd seen before. Alone, she dropped down to see him, not regarding her mission. As soon as she landed on the ground, she heard Earth turn to her. Violet? He gasped, astonished. She growled, looking at the other cats with him. They were enemies. She knew that for sure. She also heard the familiar ringing again as Violet echoed in her mind. Crow food, crow food, the voices taunted her. She looked around to see that the ghosts who were speaking to her, but no ghosts were even around. Show yourself, cowards! She screeched at the surrounding forest. Earth stepped back confused. There's no one else here. I know that, Violet growled, seeing Earth's ears go flat. You need to go, she said. Get out of here forever. But you remember me, right? Darktail, he's captured you, turned you into one of them. I need to save you. I don't need a savior. The ringing in her ears was so much to properly think, so she unsheathed her claws and sliced them across Earth's face. I'm not Violet, she yowled, grabbing her head. I'm Crow. The voices silenced at once. Earth had vanished. The only trace of him was blood on her claws. She laughed with giddy. Yes, she would be called Crow. Darktail would be proud of her, of the new her. Alright, that's it for today. If you stuck around this long, guess in the comments what's going to happen next and what show this is inspired from. Bye!